my start in screen crash? Right, well, let's just do it, shall we? Let's just hit live. Right, so greetings everyone, and welcome back to another live stream of World of Warships with me, the Hive Hand, and our good buddy, the Monk. We are going to be covering a one of the Ocean Cup playoff rounds. We have our team, which is Salty, versus the Sons of Edelwalsh, who are the enemies. You can see Salty already all readied up, set to go.
Yeah, as you can see,
they're going with the triple DD lineup: St. Louis, Dmitry Donskoy, Delaware, and Republic. And what are...
And the sailing bit as well, yeah. As you can see, the Sons of Anarchy as well, you see that they've all got the matching badges, and that gives them a 20% RNG chance. You know that? You know? That is very good.
So Sons of SoA have gone with Lucian Z46, Small and Donskoy, Brindisi, which I think is a bold choice. Seattle is very strong.
Seattle's is a bold choice, I gotta think. Brindisi, or as it's actually pronounced, Brindisi, which is how you say it. It's very weird, but there we go. But yeah, Seattle's a really weird one. It's like it's worse than a Cleveland type. It's got a better radar though.
And news just in out of one of the other playoffs that has just happened. WOWSL overcame Stoll in a 3-0 victory. I only caught the tail end of the last game, which WOWSL absolutely dominated, but apparently the first two were really close. So don't forget to check out the Fleet Network. All of the different streams are on there as well, so so you don't miss any more battles. Basically,
yeah, that was good to keep yourself updated, definitely. So today here we've got Chris's perspective in the Republic. If you've seen Chris before, he is one cracking battleship player. He'll do some. Hopefully, we'll see some nice, beautiful shots. Not for just for the sake of Salty, but just for the sake of the stream. It's always nice to see big things go boom.
Yeah,
yeah,
a little minor shout out to chat. Apologies in advance. We will react quite likely to what you're saying, but in interest of keeping all things fair and equal, there is a rather extended delay on the stream, so you're hearing us from the past. So it might take us a little bit of time to catch up with you all.
Yeah. Looks like Salty are going for the triple ship lineup, battleship, destroyer, cruiser on C and Bravo. And looks like they're going with a less battleship lineup on A. Looks like A is going to be the weak side, and looks like BC more focused on C be the strong side. They're actually putting another cruiser on Charlie.
If you look at the battleship, the B battleship, here I can use my little mouse pointer. Ooh, check this out.
I can see him moving. Yeah,
he looks to me like he's pushing over to A. They're getting ready to reverse cap in B, and they've gone out.
There though, Hive.
They've gone heavy on C. They've got 4 ships out on the C side, so I think they're looking to just sort of contest and slow things down at B,
And,
but their
yeah, you
definite
can see that.
focus is going to be
Yeah.
the two opposing flanks.
You notice how the battleship's kind of stayed. He's not gone to A, but he's not gone to B. He's gone a really good Overwatch position. He can take some shots on B, he can take some shots on A, and if need be, he could even turn his guns towards some targets on C. Not everything, but some targets. Now, honestly, Chris should be loading HE here. That's my opinion here. I think he's getting a lot more value with HE on against his Minnesota. He does that everywhere perfect. Because the Republic actually has a better HE fire chance than Conqueror. It does have only 6 guns, or sorry, 8. Is it 8 guns? 8 guns, 4 per turret.
I was really shocked. I seen those torps, and they did fall short. It looked to me like they were very, very nearly going to actually. I thought Chris was going to end up taking a torp. You know, they were spotted
really far
early.
away,
He didn't really react, but they got far closer than I would be comfortable with.
I think he got a bit closer than he thought. Yeah. I think he was comfortable. Like, he was like, I know they don't have range. Nothing in this game has a range to reach him. But at the same time, I think he got a little bit too close. That could have been a little bit too scary.
Just a smidge too close.
Yeah, just a smidge. Looks like Sons of Anarchy are heavily pushing on B. They've contested. They've got at least 3 ships committed to the B side. They've committed quite second. I would say not as heavily, but they committed also in A. And it looks like they've given Salty the control of C.
Yeah, okay, granted only 2 ships have been spotted over at sea, but with the amount of firepower that's over there at the moment, I think it's going to be next to impossible for them to actually contest.
Yes, in the really open cap, it's very hard to take back if you've already lost it. So C's a very good pick to take, at least early on. Because it is really hard to push back. It's such an open cap.
And
C, B, a lot more contestable.
Yeah, as we kind of said, I said it was kind of evident early on that Salty were happy to sacrifice the B cap, and it looks like they have. They're not. I'm guessing the radar has been baited because it does look like they're reverse capping now.
Yeah,
but but C
is contested. They're not really.
C is being contested. Points wise, it's a bit of a stalemate, and like this can happen quite a lot. These initial sort of opening parts of the games can be very tightly contested, and no one is trying to make any mistakes, particularly at this level. These are the playoff games. These are the best 16 teams currently playing World of Warships Legends, and as you can see, they've pushed the small land back off C, so they're gonna start gaining a bit of an advantage after having lost B, and the DD on B has completely sort of left. Big hit on Kaiser's end there by Chris. Chris managed to score a really nice citadel, which is going to be very, very damaging to SoA over on the C flank. Because if Kaiser's end goes down, that's it. There's nothing really left to contest that flank at all.
I could just hear you now. Sorry. There you go.
Oh my God! MV Retro is in the chat. That is a name. That is a blast from the past.
Indeed. Yeah, it looks like the Dmitry Dostoevsky Kaiser's hand has really been hurt. He's had to retreat. Salty have regained control of C, which is really good. Kind of concerned about Salty's lack of capture or contest on A. They really should probably get back on that, Cat, because they can afford to give one, but they can't really afford to give A as well.
No, they can't. And Swistine, I don't have Son of Edelwalsh, that's SOA's perspective, because I am part of Salty Fleet, to make sure not that I don't believe that anyone thinks that anyone would cheat from having a streamer's perspective, but just to ensure like all fairness, and there couldn't possibly be any sort of sort of questioning
there's no need to
of
take
a
offense.
victory. SoA have declined to let me have their perspective, and honestly, it's absolutely fine. I completely understand. So we're
completely understandable.
just having Salty's perspective today.
We'll make do with what we can, but it's very fair. I get
That
it.
was a nice blind fire by Chris. This is
I mean,
why
it was a nice hit. It was a single pane, but it was a nice hit. It was still very good. Chris's blind fire.
It was completely
Still
blind.
very impressive. Still very good. Looks like Salty have taken A in the time we've discussed the whole thing about our perspectives, which is really good. They've taken A, they've taken C, and as you can see, you know, the competitive, highly competitive nature of this game, they're not pushing anymore. They've got their caps, they're just going to hold it and defend them. Like, there's no reason to be more aggressive than they need to be. You can see they're not pushing, they're not overextending. They're just staying, holding the caps, maybe contesting for A, and they're staying where they can. Like, you can see they've already been back.
contested. Was being contested. They were very, very quickly pushed out. And here's Chris with that Minnesota's showing a bit too much broadside. I think he might be.
To be
lucky.
fair,
He might have
only
got
got
away with it.
one turn.
As you can see, sort of very quickly, this is the thing with comp battles. It's all about the scoreboard. Very quickly, this is going more and more into Salty's favour, which is going to apply a lot of pressure on SoA. They're gonna have to do something, and particularly when they're contesting B as well, that's going to make it very difficult.
Yeah. That's icing on the cake is contesting B. They don't even need to do that, but they can, and that's the point. The fact that they can is pretty crippling. Every minute that Salty's doing this means every minute they're going to make drastic plays, like this poor Smolland who's tried to do something, and he's got punished for it. They've all opened up. We've all focused him down, and that should be the end of that small hand.
Yes, unfortunately, that is that's just increasing Salty's advantage.
It's not quite over yet because there's still a lot of ships in play.
They are contesting A, and they seem to be doing quite a strong job of
they're capturing it.
As you can see, Salty does have a DD there ready to contest, but I believe they're waiting for the cruiser just to get into a slightly better position.
Yeah, that's playing it smart, because if the DD went into A just initially, he could have been radared, and the same thing that happened to the small hand could have happened to that destroyer there. There's a lot of ships, enemy ships there. It's still winnable by SoA, as you can see. There's enough ships to make a difference here.
It's another nice shot from Chris on the Donskovoy. As you can see, if you pay attention, Salty are now they've realised they've got that really strong advantage over on C, and they are now pressing it. I'm not too sure who it is in that cruiser going out wide, but the Donskovoy is low enough. They've obviously got the confidence to think that they can push. And Salty. There we go.
All right.
A is now contested, and from what I can see, Chris has lost quite a few hit points. But,
he's healed it up. It's mostly healable.
Yeah.
It's nothing too crazy, but yeah.
Sons of Edelwalsh, I'm just going to call them SOE. I'm good. They are absolutely bleeding hit points. If you look there, Minnesota is also really low. Yeah. Chris has got him on a pretty solid broadside.
Salty has just lost their Mogador, which is pretty big. I believe the Mogador overextended into Charlie. That was a very aggressive play of the Mogador. If you look at the map where he died, Hive, you could see that was very aggressive. Perhaps too much. Maybe too much. At bottom of C. Below C, that's where he died, I believe.
No, that's where the small land died. If you look, it's on the edge of the B cap. If you pay attention to my mouse pointer.
Oh yeah, okay. I can see it. Never mind. I think that right.
The combination of the Seattle and the DD in the mid.
Yeah, take it back what I said. There was not too well, yeah. But it looks like Minnesota's been down. They're DD down each and the battleship down. So overall, Salty is still in the lead despite losing, or at least having to retake A.
Yeah, and I was going to say, there's a special guest in chat. The Fleet Network themselves have popped in to say hello. Like, anyone who's interested in competition play, like, let us know and we will get you in touch with the Fleet Network. You don't have to have a team. People recruit through there. I've been doing some recruiting through there for our team as well, in all fairness.
Yep. There's also options there. You never know.
So if you're interested and you want to check it out, then, you know, let us know. Get involved. Because the more the merrier. Particularly with, there's a new addition, which is the Rookie Cup, which basically prevents any of the top 16 teams, I believe, competing. So the Rookie Cup should actually be a fairly good and, like,
starter tournament for most people.
Yeah.
It should be.
Particularly for people wanting to get into comp, because like these guys have been around for a while and they've been playing competitive for a while, and it can be daunting when you're watching like Salty, WOWSL, CRD, Pain, you know, any of that Hull Crushers, any of like, you know, the really top teams. They're the ones, if there was a betting system on. Those would be like the 4 or 5 teams you'd be betting your money on. I'd expect.
Yeah, they're gonna make all those plays. They'll do random deb strikes. They'll do all the craziness. You really are expecting the coup d'etat from a lot of these top level teams. But with this tournament, you're gonna give a lot more opportunity to try your own thing. You know, maybe even just try different tactics.
I only just noticed that Chris is running the shell switching mod.
Yeah, you're running Azurlane at Dunkirk, sorry. Azurlane Dunkirk. Mr. Hyde? Oh, there we go.
Is it Dunkirk?
It's Dunkirk. Azurlane Dunkirk.
I think
Azurlane Dunkirk gives you instant shell switching, 95%.
Which is insane, but really handy. Specifically, as you've seen him switching the Delaware, like an angled Delaware, you're really not going to do much damage with armor piercing, but with high explosive. Ooh, look at that! Looking for the tightest little gaps through the island.
Thing. It looked pretty good. I think that was a bit of a mistake. Yeah, it was. But again, RNG could have proven him wrong, and it could have proven me right. It really is depending. That's just how it goes. But it's really useful having that option. I recommend it for running a French battleship, Azurlane Dunkirk.
Monk might be the best commentator in Legends right now. I will have you know that I also commentate, and you might want to correct yourself when you're on my chat. Oh, and yeah.
Oh, sir.
This has very much been a domination by Salty. I believe I could be wrong, but not only have Salty won every single match, I think they've only actually lost 2 out of the potential 30. I think it's 30 rounds they've had to play, 30 individual battles. So
yeah.
And I believe they're on par with WOWSL. So
Salty's really done really well. Their Team 1 did extremely well. They've really stepped up the rack a bit more. Like they're a good team, but they've improved a lot more, and they're winning a lot more. They're not taking any chances. They're doing a lot more. They're a lot more structured, a lot more organized, and they're doing a lot more value in what they're doing. So I'm really impressed to see that. It's very nice to see. So yeah, they've done really well.
I wanted to test that if that works. So that's
just random chosen screen. There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think
although 100%, it is going to be very difficult. For us, we try to remain impartial, but we're going to be slightly on the side of Salty because this is our team. These are our boys. So.
Yeah, it's nice to see them. It's nice to see that our team win, of course. Okay, but at the same time, SoA, you got to remember. Most teams, though, from the initial bit at the start, like the initial fight, the initial camping contesting, that was really hard to come back from. And SoA, they did a pretty good job at coming back from that. They retook A, or is it C? I'm not sure. It was A, yeah. They
was
retook
A.
A, and they actually had a fighting chance. No, it was A. I remember it was A. But they recovered from a very rough position strategically, and they did scrap back 100%. So says they're very scrappy, and that was very good. That was very good play by them. They did take out some players. It wasn't just a nice and easy victory for Salty. So it was nice to see.
And SoA have beaten some really strong teams to get to where they are.
Teams played well. Yeah, both teams played well that match. I think Salty's advantage there was taking the caps early. It's really hard to take back the C cap for that particular map. So yeah, I think we'll see what happens on the map that is Land of Fire. This is the one where this map is really notorious for having, at least on the C cap, I believe, is really bad for cruisers because it has really very low islands.
Yeah. So to get to this point, SoA have beaten WOWSL 2, they've beaten the Huns, they've beaten, to be honest, I don't know what that team was.
A lot of teams. There's a lot of teams to fight with this tournament. There was a lot to go through. So yeah,
they've beaten RPN. Well. Who else have they beaten? Who are those? Oh my God! They've beaten the Fishka team. They've then had to fight Warfare at Sea Atlantic 2 again in their group finals and beaten them. They also beat the Regina Marina, the probably the best French fleet out there. So like they've not had an easy time getting here, and although that was a bit of a that was a pretty firm defeat.
Yeah, the way apparently Hive came from the chat. They haven't lost a match yet, so this is going to be the first loss for SoA, and potentially Salty loses the same thing.
Yeah,
so this will be the first for
literally both of these teams have won every single. I believe they've won every single match so far. I'm just trying to double check that. And confirm.
Yeah, while we're doing that, it looks like the lineup hasn't really changed too much. I think Chris has run his repop. I've seen.
So just a sort of a playoff update so far. Hulk versus In Harm's Way. Hulk 1-3-0. Dickie Fisher, which is Big Fish, beat Payne in a epic 3-2 victory. So that one was super close. And Payne's been one of the top teams for a while, and they have been knocked out of the top 16. So that was huge. And from what I've seen of the game, it was really close. It was really tight. Task Force Kraken have taken out Warfare at Sea Pacific, and WOWSL, so Warfare at Sea Atlantic, have taken out Stall. I can't remember if there's any more games specifically today.
Mr. Hive, there it goes. Over back. Okay, we're back. Oh, okay. All right, what have we missed here? I'm not sure if the stream missed or not.
Nothing yet. Oh, UFO and CRD are playing against each other as well at the moment. So hopefully we'll jump onto Angel Rambo's channel when this comes to an end and see if we can get hold of the scores from there for you guys as well. Negan IQ is in Salty Sailors. That is correct. Jenks in chat as well. Who have you got? Oh yeah, there's more matches. There's matches later on tonight.
There's a lot of matches going on. Anyway, I think we should focus on the game. Hive, let's see what's going on here. So it looks like SoA have taken a bit more of an aggressive approach this match. They've all contested all 3 caps already, ahead of Salty. At least Salty have been a bit slower in getting the caps for this particular match, Hive. Do you think that's a change in their strategy?
I think they are definitely trying to put more pressure on Salty, because Like
There's a radar from
the
small
waiting
hands.
for Salty to make a mistake really didn't work for them last time.
Yeah,
So they
yeah.
they have to be more aggressive. Is that a Chung Mu in the middle? Or is it the
That was small hand on B.
small hand?
Early radar by Bravo there in small hand, and looks like they got a wee bit of damage out of it. I'm not sure how much value they got out of it. They certainly got him out of the cap, or at least made it a bit harder for them. All caps are contested with the exception of A going to SoA. So far, and if we're just calling it right now in the first couple minutes of the game, SoA actually have a lead so far.
Well, they do. They're actually 21 points ahead currently, thanks to the capture on A.
They got all the cap. Yeah. Now you can see it's just changed suddenly just as the match goes. Looks like the B side destroyer, which is Bravo, is now taking Bravo. At least it's hard to see sometimes, but it is. I think that's the case. Oh no, it's now contested again. But yeah,
And Salty
they're
has put a
definitely fighting for it.
battleship into A, which is actually
Really
taking the
good.
cap.
Yeah, that's very good. It frees up a DD to do more spotting, do more options. It's
Yeah,
a very
I
valuable.
really don't want a DD getting spotted on A, particularly when there's, a battleship, a cruiser, which I'm guessing is one of the radar cruisers, considering St. Louis is in mid, and another DD over there. So yeah, don't always think that you have to take a cap in a DD because a battleship
No,
can
as long as you can do it safe.
as long as the boat stays afloat and it can sit in the water, then it's got every.
It could be
every
anything. You could
opportunity.
take a cap in the CV and give enough smoke. It's all about the positioning and what can be done with it. Now, Chris is taking a lot of damage early on. 5 minutes passed. He's already lost nearly half his health and he's used healing. So it's a lot of damage. Chris is probably going to have to disengage soon.
Yeah.
And looks at the positioning on the sea sides for Salty. I'm not a massive fan of it. Looks like the cruisers are all close together, which means there's no crossfire so far. At least from these three ships' perspectives. So I'm not sure how the value so far, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, and Chris has lost a lot of hit points.
As I'm saying, he's lost more than half his HP. He's healed, but
Pretty
still.
early in the game. That St. Louis is an absolute menace of a ship. It's a
really
really
strong
strong
deck.
pick. Yeah. Jinx! Haha! Now
Yeah.
you must remain silent until I say your name 3 times.
No, that's
Welcome to the
lied.
schoolyard, ladies and gentlemen. And massive shout out. Aaron is in the chat as well. How you doing, Randy? Welcome. Boats and Hose are here. CS Regrets is in chat. Brah is in here. And yes, it is currently 1-0.
Yeah, currently 1-0 to Salty right now. Yeah. So it looks like Chris is taking even more damage, and he's going to have to disengage for a little bit and heal up. Now, luckily, Republic does have some decent heals. It's nothing crazy, but it is good. So he's got 3 of them left. He can heal up with Azuline Dunkirk. You get improved master mechanic as well. So you're getting 2 extra heals on top of the starboard heal. It's a tank plus accuracy build for Dunkirk.
Yeah.
Very good commander.
Yeah, you can see he's been very selective with his shots at the moment because he
he's
really
gonna have
can't
to be
afford
cannot afford to die.
to be throwing away many more hit points, particularly as Salty are a little bit on the back foot. Like 60 points doesn't seem like a lot, but this is competitive, and 60 points is 60 points. 60 points is a lot. That's a really nice shot on the St. Louis. There is another salvo going in.
To avoid it in time. Oh, he did. He took 1 salvo, wasn't enough. The St. Louis does have healing, but that is going to hurt him quite a bit. And there's follow-up shots. Can they get the kill? No, it doesn't look like it. But that St. Louis is a lot of loss of value, a lot of health for that. I think it was a net positive for Salty, at least in the for a Republic or St. Louis trading, because that's really big value.
And there we go. Salty have finally taken a cap. They've got C. They're contesting A, but B is still being held by SoA. And they're doing... SoA are doing a really good job. If you notice, they're playing... They were a lot more aggressive initially, but their aggression level has definitely calmed down here in the second match. They're playing it much slower.
It's all about controlled aggression.
And it's paying off for them at the moment, that's for sure.
I think they're doing really well. Yeah. strategically, I think Salty are in the back foot here for now. I think I'm saying this before. Hindsight's 2020. We're not suffering the stress of the match. I think the C group is a little bit too bunched up. I think you should spread a bit more, get more crossfires, get more opportunities. That's my opinion. And I think some of the DDs need to move over to A. If you look at that, the A side destroyers moved off to B. I'm not sure what's going on over there personally. I could be wrong. But, it's hard to see.
I think it's because that St. Louis is low. The threat on C is quite. The threat on C has reduced drastically with.
I think the fight on A needs to be a bit more love there. The only reason it's stopped is because they don't have any spawning.
I think because of if you look at the cruiser position for SoA on D, the DD couldn't really do anything there. And the fact that the cruisers I'm expecting are spotting each other from proximity.
Mm-hmm.
So it's...
Minnesota's getting some good value. He's becoming a nuisance. He's becoming a damage sponge. And sometimes battleships, especially in the competitive setting, damage sponging is really good. We've looked at this and seen this many times in the likes of Monarch, Lion.
You have a lot of hit points, battleships. Use them. Use them all.
We've got all this health to play with. Like, Chris is nowhere near in danger. He was on like less than 11,000, and now he's back up to 33, and he's still got another heal to go with, you know? Get right back up to about half HP. So all that value he got on Chris. Ooh.
That was a big
Unless a travel like that happens, it's not going to actually yield anything, because a Republic with 1 health is just as dangerous as a Republic with all his health. So, yeah. You got to be very careful about that. Still got 8 guns firing at you. It's not exactly.
But
great.
Still, that's going to put more pressure on Salty at this point in time.
That shot was a great shot. I think it was that Minnesota?
Yeah, that was the Minnesota.
Minnesota's been getting really good value this match. Honestly, just from my perspective, I think Minnesota's been playing really well. Looks like Salty are really taking a comeback here. They've taken back B. They're contesting, defending C, and they are capturing A. Looks like that. Look, you can see where that battleship is on A. Oh, I'd love to see that perspective. Look at that height.
Thank you very much for the overview camera there, Mr. Chris. The map does feel small for tier 8.
Okay, the Delaware just got taken out. Lima got taken out on A. The battleship played super aggressively.
Blind
Did it work out for him? He did go down.
On the destroyer contesting C. That was...
I'm not sure. That was worth it. I think it was worth it, Hive. What do you think of the dry score there? Is it, no, Mr. DeLima over on A. Sacrificing himself to get that cap back, and I think he did a lot of damage to the other ships on the A side.
As long as they keep C, A, then yes, because it has put them on the back foot. But if you notice, Salty have now taken A. They've taken B, and it's contested, and they've also taken C, which is also contested. Like, honestly, both teams...
every time...
Both teams are playing like this isn't a battle we're watching, you ladies and gentlemen. This is a game of chess, and you are witnessing some masters of the game.
To see. Yeah, it's hard to see without seeing the full picture. I'd love to know the damage that Delaware did on A before it went down.
Chris predetermined that change of direction, and that's awful. Was so close. Honestly, like, this is SOA's game to lose at this point. The score is really close. As long as they can keep their heads cool and keep contesting those caps, it's gonna be an uphill challenge for Salty to actually turn this match around. Like, GG's to SOA for, you know, noticing their mistake, their over aggressiveness in the first match, calming down and coming back out and literally turning this into a chess match.
There we go. Okay, you're back. Okay.
Ah,
looks like Salty have taken back the caps on B and C, and they're contesting A.
But they've also just lost the cruiser, so they're now 90 or 80 points behind. with
about 100 points, 80 points behind, which is pretty big considering the time.
And there,
Another ship has gone to
Godzini's
Salem.
gone down in the Salem.
Oh, I don't know. I think SoA might actually have this in the bag. So we'll have to see. They could still pull this back. Salty could easily still pull this back. I'm not going to say easily. It's 100% could win this back, but it's looking a lot in favor of SoA for this particular match. Everyone's low on the Salty side. I mean, I think SoA are similar in nature. Well, that cruiser is the exception. All right, there we go. Petropavlos get taken out by the destroyer.
The Minnesota is really quite healthy as well.
Yeah, the Minnesota's been getting really big value, and you can get rid of Crest, you can get rid of the cruisers, you can get rid of the DBs. I think that Minnesota's playing extremely well in this match. I gotta say, just from our perspective, he's been playing that really well. First of the blind fires, every shot you don't take, you'll miss.
Pretty well with those blind fires so far.
Hey, it works every time, but looks like it works as much as it can. Looks like I2 over there in the St. Louis is on death's bed. There we go, and it looks like he's not going to survive that. And I think I'm not sure, but I think the second match goes to SoA. I'm kind of thinking how Salty can pull this one back, and I don't see it.
Yeah,
I could be wrong.
This is a victory for SoA. I can't see.
Yeah. I mean, it's still possible. Well, no, 58 seconds left. Unless they sink two ships.
They need to
sink
killing ships really fast.
Yeah, no, it's not past now. It's past that point of no return. I think they really played that well. SoA played really aggressively at the start. They got the cap control, and then they played. I wouldn't say they played defensive. It was a very controlled aggression sort of play style there. They were certainly fighting their corners, but they weren't really going too much and overextending.
False
I think
errors,
they played that really well.
I believe is the correct term there. Salty have definitely been forced to make some plays that.
Yeah, it was more reaction than actually doing things.
And that's how powerful being put on a back foot and having even that 60-point difference. It can really make a huge. It makes a huge deal, particularly at top level. So,
deal, but there we go.
To SoA. That was like I said, that was a chess match, folks. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, whilst we're on a slight pause here, don't forget to slap that like button if you're enjoying what we do here, and if you're enjoying these Fleet Network battles in general, because the more all of us get noticed when we're streaming these, the better it is for everyone. So definitely give that like button a slap and subscribe if you haven't already. Right, so it looks like SoA making quite a few changes. Spoiler alert. Also subbed Hive's OnlyFans. Jesus Christ, it's only Fins. It's only Fins. Not OnlyFans.
Good point.
I need to pay attention to chat more often. What are you lot doing?
I was waiting for you to notice that one. I was like, wait, is he going to realise? Is he going to realise? So there we go.
I like, he's true. I have got an OnlyFans, and this one's for everyone. I just post calf pictures.
But yeah, I think SoA played it really well. I think their initial push at the start was really good, and they put Salty on the reactionary course rather than actively reacting. Choosing their decisions. It was more reaction to what they were doing. And yeah, I think they played it really well. So really well GDs to Salty and GDs to SoA. It wasn't easy for either team. You can see Salty were more of the withered down that particular match. I would say the 1-1 is very good. These are very, very similar teams in terms of skill levels. What watching this match, we'll see.
Oh, Bravo in the small
Petropavlovsk is a switch
and Donskovoy. That's a very heavy set of cruisers. But SoA have done the same. Donskovoy, Pavlovsk, although they have gone for a St. Louis as well. And the Temeraire, what do you think about that pick?
I think it's a very good pick, potentially, because the Temeraire, all it is the Lion with a better hull and Conqueror guns. That's all it is. It's the Temeraire is literally the Lion.
I thought the Temeraire had smaller guns.
No, it's Conqueror guns. It has the same guns as Lion, stock, and then when you upgrade the guns have the same guns as a Conqueror.
Chat, can we get a confirmed?
Trust me. Just trust me.
Trust me, I'm adapter.
Yeah, it's essentially a smaller, faster Conqueror with a little bit less armor. So it's definitely an off pick. You can see the value in it with the sheer HE. Conqueror has always been a very well played, very strong ship in the right hands. And with these sort of level of players, I wouldn't expect to be played early.
In credit, at tier 7, I like the Monarch for a pick. The Monarch is such a good counter to so many battleships, purely because of the speed of the reload and the chance
but this is
of
more like
closing
Lion.
fire.
This is more like Lion Hive. These are 400 and these are Conqueror guns. I forget the caliber. It's like 450 something, but it's not sure. It's something. It's pretty high caliber. But yeah. All right. Let's see. So looks like well, we can see what's going to see.
Well, in all fairness, for the first minute, we're not going to see much going on.
Hard to see. There's not really much. I'm like, wait. No, there's not really much we can see.
It looks like
I'm
Sophie is sending the B battleship over to A, which is sensible. But okay.
It looks like there's some.
I think they're looking for better crossfire positions because it looks like they're sending the cruiser out on the wide flank of C. It looks like they're doing exactly the same thing on A. I think they might be going for, depending on what cruiser that is, they could be going for a little DD trap over here.
It could be. I don't think that's the Donskovoy. It could be St. Louis. I think it's St. Louis, honestly. I could be wrong.
Oh, and there
Speaking of St. Louis.
Speaking of St. Louis, yeah.
Yeah. This could be a nice shot, but honestly, I think the St. Louis sees it. Yeah, he sees it.
I feel like that should have been a HE salvo with how quick Chris can switch
it didn't hit, so it doesn't really matter, and I think that was a broadside St. Louis. That would have been very nice. Actually, it doesn't matter if he's broadside or not. 17-inch French frigates are pretty darn hard hitting. They don't really care much about armor.
Apparently someone said something oddly specific in chat, and I think I've missed it.
490mm guns on Temeraire. 419, that's the same caliber as Conqueror. If you upgrade it, which I'm sure you would.
And it's confirmed. Boats and hose, not to be confused with hose. Boats and hose, as in hose pipes, is officially my #1 fan. Self-proclaimed.
There we go.
Feel free to argue over that in chat, ladies and gentlemen, whilst we get back into the action. So, do you see? I think I was right. They do look to be going for that bit of that DD track over there on A. Looks like the SoA DD has managed to get away with it. And
it looks like,
surprisingly, they've put a cruiser into B to.
That's really good. It's only really good if no one pushes on A. So until that battleship, you can see on the side on the minimap pushes, that's gonna be pretty bad for the St. Louis. So really depending if the battleship spots it and capitalizes on time, because the DD's not gonna cap. He's just gonna keep that cruiser spotted for the kill. Looks like SoA have been contesting or capping B. They've been contesting C, and looks like A is up for anyone's grabs. I'll just say that as soon as I'm talking. SoA
and
start capping A.
But
so again,
that I think is really risky putting that battleship there, because his movements are going to be limited to reversing and turning left. And with there being a DD out there, Like, as long as he hasn't blown his load trying to shoot the destroyer, he could
He's,
potentially.
but see how his
Close
reason
the
he's
door for
there is
Lucas.
so he can take down that St. Louis. His positioning becomes good if he takes out St. Louis. If he doesn't take it out, then his position is I agree with you, it's not a good position. The question is, how long is he, like, is he getting the shots that he needs to take out St. Louis?
Unfortunately,
'Cause I'm
only
not
time will
convinced.
tell. Because Wargaming
Yeah.
still hasn't given us spectator mode. Everyone as
Yes.
well. I keep on forgetting that. Public service announcement. Get onto the official World of Warships Legends Discord server and tell them we want spectator mode.
Yeah, scream it to the mountains. But the solo way we can get them to listen is by shouting.
Literally,
That's how they listen
thousands
for
of
some odd
people
reason.
are tuning in between all the different streamers for these competitive game modes. And if thousands of people shout at them, they might just listen.
Yeah, that's still the way we're going to get it done, folks. So,
Like,
yeah.
in all fairness, like earlier, this is very much going the way of the first match of the second round, where SoA were pretty aggressive in taking the caps, and Salty just really struggling to sort of capitalise and take anything back.
This is a good shot here in small hand, potentially. Oh, never mind. It just fluffed completely. It was looking good at the start and went everywhere. Let's see now. Yeah, but you're right, Hive. This is just like match 2 here. It seems a lot like match 2 here. Oh, he did the HE
Oh.
switch wrong.
He missed it. He misclicked.
Oh, yeah, you gotta wait till the HE is completely loaded on both, till the shells are completely loaded on both guns for Ashley and Dunkirk's skill to work. It doesn't give you instant SWAT switching unless the shells are fully reloaded, so a wee bit of mistake by Chris means he lost that shot. But, I mean, it's a wee tiny mistake, but these tiny mistakes can really cause can really make or break these high-level games.
In all fact, I've got to get involved in this conversation in chat really quick. Just to confirm, I don't 1v1 people often, but when I do, I win, even when they're against Bravo, who has to be the scariest DD player, one of the scariest DD players in the game. And I will never fight him again, no matter how many times he asks. I'm going to die the champ.
Alright, it looks like Salty are making a somewhat aggressive play here. Looks like the battleship that was originally on A is moved all the way over to B. I think. Is that different? Or has he
Oh.
died? No, he's actually died. Never mind. The battleship's actually gone.
That is...
The Salty battleship is gone. I think I mean, it's really early to call it, but I'm starting to worry about Salty here. This is a really hard match for them.
oh, that was a
Citadel
nice
was
citadel.
sorely needed. That was really needed. That Citadel was needed. Chris hasn't taken much damage this game, so he's probably going to get a bit more aggressive over time. He's going to use that health, hopefully, and just play with it, and just use it, because every salvo that he takes is every salvo that everyone else is not taking. So he's going to have to see what he can work with that. Lucian's been really, really far away, 18 kilometers. He's going to fire because something else to shoot at, but at the same time, he's
You
not
say that,
expecting
and
it.
then the small hand appears.
Of course, as soon as he fires, yeah.
the small hand is
I
getting this.
think he should be going down or close to it.
There we
Oh,
go.
he gets away.
Small
Very
hand.
good.
No,
Very
he's
good
gone.
himself.
Small hand is gone.
It's gone.
Mark,
Yeah, so that's
aka
very
White, picking up the kill there, and
Very good. Very good.
this.
But they lost the Mogador in return, so okay. I was looking
Oh.
up for Salty there, but that Mogador loss is pretty crippling. A loss of a DD is really big. It would be worth more than the battleship, but DD for a DD is not a good trade that Salty needs to be having right now. They're down by 200-ish points, so they need a lot more than equal trading.
Salty they really need to start, I think, putting the pressure on. If I was them, I'd be looking at putting the pressure on B, because
Yeah.
with the
Division
DD
B.
gone at C, that I believe is the petrol that's over there. It's going to be quite hard for that petrol to consider pushing in and taking C.
You can defend it using the radar, so you realistically, this is the time they need to be aggressive, they need to use the HP, they need to fight with it, and they need to claw this game back, because right now, it's looking really grim for Salty right now because the points difference is crippling. And when you're playing the match, you can definitely feel it. There's a lot of tension, a lot of nerves. You can see the battleship is low, the destroyer is low. They take it out. It's really big for Salty. That's giving them opportunity for the comeback there. Without that DD kill, they would be struggling for any comeback.
Oh, do you notice a very, very bold destroyer play? Who is that destroyer?
Oh yeah. Okay, so guys, for those who didn't see, on B side, look at let's on B in the middle of the map. You can see a certain destroyer being very close to another ship. I believe that's the St. Louis actually. Very ballsy. I don't know if he's going to go for the full YOLO. I don't think he should.
That's really risky because depending on how it's pieced together, that St. Louis can have a reload booster there, and if it does,
yeah.
Who is it?
Or Torps.
I can't see.
I don't know. I
who
think it might be Axe. That could be wrong. But Chris, if you can notice here, Hive, Chris is pushing forward with speed boost to try and get that shot on that St. Louis. He's waiting for that shot. You can see him. He's waiting for that shot. He's going to push out. He's going to blap St. Louis and he's going to be aggressive. You can see that the Salty team are using.
The DD. The DD is out. The DD is in front of the St. Louis.
Oh, he's fighting another Lucian as well. That's not good.
Ooh.
Oh, and it's a Lucian as well. That Lucian's dead. Oh my god, he's so dead.
You can see his hit points starting to disintegrate.
Oh, there we go. He's half health now. Half health. He's fighting another Lucian, plus the cruiser potentially.
Ooh, the enemy Lucian, the Sons of Edelmarsh Lucian, is taking some.
Oh,
big hits.
So St. Louis is taken down from the friendly St. Louis down. The DD's still alive. That's really well played by that DD. What is that DD? Who is that DD, Mr. Hive?
I don't know. I can't see. Chris. Oh, it's Nakamov.
Oh, okay.
And there he goes down.
Really funny, but he did. Yeah, I was expecting that.
That was a really fucking ballsy move.
That was really ballsy. I'm not sure that was the right play. I don't know. It was hard to see.
I didn't notice Torps on the mini map, so I don't know if his Torps got knocked out or.
It might have been Chris has got here. I think I think he was ideally going to wait for Chris to take out the St. Louis. So we'll see. Good shot from Chris. Let's hope Dispersion Gods agrees with him. Yes, it does. Great. He needs to get this cap. He needs to slow down for the cap. The carrier Delaware Torps are coming. That's the pain in the neck. I think he'll get the cap in time though.
First, he's only going to take. I think he's going to take 2 Delaware Torps, which, considering how healthy he is at the moment, that's absolutely fine. He
cap-wise, Salty's ahead, Mr. Hive, but points-wise, they are drastically behind. They are 1 ship down. They need to get some big value. Timur is full HP, so essentially, I wouldn't be shooting at him at all this whole match unless you're going to get devastating salvos. You're not going to kill a Temeraire in 3 minutes. It's just not going to happen. So they need to try and hunt down the destroyer, hunt down the cruiser, and accumulate points.
Nothing else spotted.
Yeah. Their DD needs to do an overtime shift here. They're going to have to do some major work because they have to kill ships to win this game. And I think SoA knows that, and they're just going to book it. I think SoA knows exactly how the Salty win condition, and I think they're literally running away.
Which is, it's sad to see, but it's absolutely 100% the right move.
Absolutely the right play. To me, it's not even sad to see. It's just the right play,
Well, I probably speak for a lot of people where we want to see shit explode. I want to see shit explode. Right move or not, I still want to see shit explode.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, you're not going to see too much shit explode today. We're going to see that running away. I'm reckoning, or it could be wrong. I don't know. I'm not in SoA. I don't know what they're doing, so it's hard to see. But,
is there enough time for the points to flip?
I don't know. It might be enough for the Salty to catch up. It might actually be enough.
Someone in chat, quick, do the maths.
There should be I would love a wee timer, to see how long you'd take for them to win. If you have that in the PC version, that'd be lovely to see, It'd be very nice to see. But then again, I guess it's just part of the thrill of the game, you know. Chris has lost all his AA guns, so there we go. He's weak to any planes that may come his way. Not that it matters anyway.
Not that it matters. Oh shit! This is legitimately going to be. Yeah, they've.
I see. Testing B. You're making a point there.
That's huge. They need. No, they're not. They're out of
B.
B.
They stopped the contest. Ooh.
I believe it'll be 10 seconds until the scores flip, unless S&A they really need to push into B. They really do.
They need to contest B. The Temporar's not going to die. I don't even see a point in shooting at it. There's no point in shooting the Temporar. Like there's no reason. It's not going to die. It's just not going to die. It's whatever's on B needs to contest. That's how they win this.
The Delaware's got in is contested.
It's contesting.
Chris,
I don't know if that's enough. I don't know if the points difference is going to be enough. I don't think it is. Is that 20 seconds? Yeah, no, I think they've won it. Just with that Delaware, unless the Delaware somehow dies, that's the only way they can win. Oh, 6:45 to 6:67, 10 seconds left. It looks like SoA have won this game here. Yeah. Was it a close match?
Damage.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, you scared me a little bit. They're not gonna lie.
GG's to SoA. That was really close, and genuinely like that Delaware clutched that by.
Without the Delaware going to the cap,
Salty
would have won. Yeah, but the Delaware going to the cap was really big, really well played. You could see Salty didn't go down without a fight. They fought really hard. Really well played by Salty. Really well played by SoA, and yeah, that was really good. I think the second games really were controlled by SoA.
So if someone wants to update chat, that is 2-1 to SoA. And
is it best of 5, Mr. Hive?
Huh?
Is it best of 5?
It is best of 5.
I was gonna say, I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was over for a second.
So Salty really need to pull out this this
yes, it's the only way Salty.
But this cup so far has been full of upsets. Pain gone already, and Salty teetering on the edge of oblivion at the moment. So unfortunately, we can't see how CRD are doing. CRD are playing at the moment as well, and if like that would be a real big upset if CRD, Salty, and Pain were all knocked out.
Yeah, CFD have lost before, so we've seen. You know, it's no team is intangible, no team is invincible. But yeah, I think Salty's really gonna have to pull one together, because those are 2 losses, and it's really emotionally it's gonna be pretty rough for them right now. You know. So we'll have to see. But yeah, we're gonna. Salty's gonna have to win 2 games in a row now. They can do it. They have the capacity to do it. I just know they can do it.
If there's a team that can pull it back, Salty can pull it back. But
so let's see what.
But SoA have played so well so far. It's an uphill fight. And it's
definitely an uphill fight for Salty, in my opinion, as well, Mr. Hive. The first game was definitely in Salty's favour, and the last 2 games have definitely been SoA's favour.
Yeah.
But that being said, it's been tough games for SoA to win these matches. Particularly the last match, that was very close.
I've got my soundboard. Oh, bravo in the Chengmu
switch. Here we go. Chengmu switch. St. Louis, Petropapolis, Detroit. Yes, nothing really changes in the lineup from Salty. I didn't really get the chance to see the lineup from SoA. Should have looked at more than that. I'll double check myself.
Hey, Ron, let me know. We'll team up. Jenk and Aaron are going at it in chat. The new CC against the old hat, Mr. Iron.
Yep. Let's see.
And see, I'm not the only one. Soul Boy is there in chat. I want to see shit explode. Is there a specialist channel for that? We all want to see shit explode, ladies and gentlemen.
100% we do.
But it's also thoroughly entertaining when you're watching a game and you're in the last like 20 seconds and it's a coin toss over who's actually
Remember that game?
win.
What was it? Zawasa? No, it was a CRD and something else. What was the fleet?
I think it was Hull Crushers. And
Hull Crushers, yeah.
And it was literally the match was won in the final second, and if the game was 1 second longer, the winner would have flipped.
Me and you were debating who won, because I genuinely had a different opinion from you. Like, it was that bad, it was that close. Because, like, the points, oh man, the points showed, like, it was in favour of Hull Crushers, but, like, the game ended, and it was like, you saw the number appear on the screen. It was crazy, actual crazy. Hull Crushers versus was it Crimson CRD?
I think it might have been CRD. I'm not 100% sure.
It was Hull Crushers versus one of the games me and you covered. Definitely worth checking.
I am old, and that was a while ago. That was Ocean Cup 2, I think, or 3.
Still,
it might have been early in Ocean Cup 3.
I don't think there's a game that will ever be close to that. There won't be a game that's ever as close as that game. That was such a crazy game. Looks like from Salty here in Hive, they're being a bit more aggressive this match, and they have the initial camp control. A rubric by SoA.
They need to be more aggressive. Yeah. But that root track push-in B with its sonar is a problem.
You're going to have to run away as a DD. You just have to. He's already, the DD's lit up. I'm assuming he is.
But I don't know. He's being very bold, showing a lot of broadside to a Republic.
Yeah, Republic doesn't take much prisoners. It has very hard-hitting guns. And there's
holy shit.
Oh my god! The shit has exploded. There we go.
Did you? What a shot!
Whoa.
I said that was bold. I said that was dangerous, and oh my god!
That was just exploding. He's not quite dead yet, but he's certainly felt that in the morning.
Oh yeah.
My goodness!
And he's not healing that back either.
No, he's not healing that back. Oh my god! All right, really was originally a good idea from Rupert to push, but
I need to add to the soundboard that that's a lot of damage. Oh no way! No!
No! No!
Oh, that is a huge early loss.
Oh man, Salty needed that one, and my god, that was fun to watch. I'm sorry, SNA.
You wanted to see shit explode, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go, shit exploding.
Oh my god. All right, well, that happened. So yeah, Salty have taken C. Obviously,
Salty really need to win this match, and that was a huge mistake.
Huge mistake. Essentially 7 versus 8.
No!
Petra Pavlov's been taken out. Mr. Hive, the radar cruiser's been taken out. Oh, that's big as well, though.
Oh,
looks like Salty aren't taking it. SNA aren't taking anything lying down. They're definitely fighting for that. My god. That's actually potentially a bigger loss than the Ruprecht.
Where did he got shot from the battleship over at A?
Yeah.
Almost flat broadside. That was a mistake.
Yeah, another mistake. I think Salty did the same mistake there. So yeah, arguably that's actually a little bit worse for Salty because the radar cruiser is a bit more valuable than the battleship potentially. So we'll see. Even Stevens, I'm going to call this one. I mean, Salty's ahead on points because they still get battleship.
I think it's a slight advantage for Salty just because of how much points the battleship is worth.
They've just lost the radar ship. They just lost the radar hive.
Yeah, losing a radar can be can be
I think-
pretty damning for a team.
I think, I think strategically high. Can't talk. Strategically high. Salty is actually in the back foot for this game, despite that beautiful salvo on the rubric.
Well, they are up by 100 points.
Yes,
That
but
is going to
down the
change.
radar ship at the start. Look at that. There we go. Being down the radar ship at the start of the match, I'm not sure how the value, and I think that's pretty hard to recover from. We'll see. SNA have secured A and B. Uncontested points is gathering.
And I have to
they're
hand
making
over to you
a-
temporarily, Mr. Monk.
Yep, that's fine. St. Louis is backing up. I'm not sure St. Louis is going to back up in front of Repub. I could be wrong, but I really don't think he is. Yeah, no, he's not going to do that. The point difference from the battleship to cruiser kill is being made up for by a DD kill by Salty. That's Salty DD kill. That's not very good for Salty. The down DD, the down a radar ship, and it's going to be pretty devastating for them. They're going to have to really do something to pull this back together. You can see, sorry, I can't talk myself. You saw by just a brief look back there. Looks like the other cruiser next to Chris is also low. So it looks like, again, Salty is again once on the back foot, even despite that beautiful salvo. St. Louis lost half his HP, which is really, really good. And it looks like Salty are playing a bit more backfield.
Oh my god. News just in. CRD lost 3-0 to UFO. Now, UFO have always been a very big, very strong team, but that is Payne and CRD already out of the tournament. Those are two of the best teams in the game.
This might be Salty as well here, Hive. If this game turns out like I think it's going to turn out. This is 2 caps here. You can see
all we need now is for WOWSL to get beaten as well. Sorry, Jake. Nobody wants to hear that, but like that just goes to show that no one is safe. It doesn't matter
100%.
how good a team is. Like it is getting so goddamn competitive.
Yeah. And speaking of this, Hive, this match here, look at this. The point difference is well and truly caught up. Salty is definitely the back foot of this match, and they're down the DD as well. This is what you missed.
They are down the DD. A looks pretty secure, and B, like you can see, I think Chris is doing a bit of hunting here for the St.
I'm not
Louis.
sure how Chris wants to do this. This is risky. He's pushing in front of a destroyer, a St. Louis, and potentially BB. He's going to take a lot of damage from doing this maneuver. I understand why he's doing it, and he kind of has to do it, but you can see their St. Louis, is that piloted by I2, is less than 5k health, maybe 6k health. He's not looking healthy. He can't take many hits. Their St. Louis is not very healthy, but it's healthier. The question is, they need to get some ships off the board. They need to do something. They need to contest these caps. Chris is doing exactly that. Sorry, Mr. Hive.
I think Chris is making the right move here, using this island to cover himself from the battleship over there. There's the Delaware.
Broadside. Okay, not too bad. Chris got away with that. But you've got a cruiser, you've got a DD in front of him. You've got a St. Louis 5 kilometers away, maybe even less. You've got a lot of troubles here. It's a dangerous position, but he kind of has to do it, I should say. He's keeping the St. Louis spotted via RGA, I believe.
No,
it's 2 kilometers for RGA. He's running stealth. He's running concealment, so it'll be 2 kilometers for RGA to kick in.
He's doing the right thing. He's being cautious from that.
He needs to be cautious.
DD strike there.
Okay, that St. Louis needs to die, and it says to yesterday, in order for Salty to have a really decent size of this, he needs to die. Just straight needs to die, because every minute Chris stays there, the more vulnerable he is to getting killed by that destroyer.
There he goes. The destroyer's way out wide. Chris is almost free here. Yeah,
but he's not got many shots. The Delaware is dropping him as well. He kind of has to take the Delaware torps, because that's how Delaware works. It's pretty darn horrible to deal with. And that's a lot of damage done. He's already down to 27k. Yeah, he's losing some health. Looks like Salty and Ace and A Cap are pushing, which is really good. So that they need to do that. That St. Louis still isn't dead, which is really bad. I don't see St. Louis anytime backing up for Chris to shoot him. I think Chris should be just either continue backing up and get the shot in the Delaware or pushing forward. We'll see what he does.
Has he got a free shot on the Delaware here? I think he
might.
has.
He backs up. He's going to have to get a good shot, but no, he loses all spotting. Their DD ran away a bit too much, the Salty DD, on the B side. I mean, there's probably good reasons for it, but still, that's just what's happened. So, yeah, 5 minutes left, 200 points-ish difference, still 2 caps, uncontested, I might add. It looks like Salty are in a rough position in this match. Still winnable by Salty, but it's going to be a really hard game. Looks like everyone is low in health on the Salty group, and it doesn't look the same way for SNA.
I think SNA are really, really showing their form and showing that no one's unbeatable. Like,
yeah, I think Salties are having a rough time for this one, really, and I think SoA is really doing well for this match. Look at that Delaware HP! Oh my god. He has less than 1,000 health, and he's gonna die next to someone's gonna poop in the direction he's out. Tell you what, Chris is gonna have to do some heavy lifting to carry this game. I think Salty lost it.
That's another ship down.
They did take it to St. Louis finally, but I
St.
think
Louis
that's
is
too
gone.
late. I think that's too late.
But they're losing C as well now.
Yeah, I think it's too late. In the 1v1, Chris loses this fight against Delaware, and that's a 1v1, and he's not in a 1v1, you know? I don't think they can come back from this. I think that is Salty loss. I'd be very surprised if they come back from that. I'd be really amazed.
Like, I don't want to say they can't do it, but
I don't think they can do it, I'm sorry.
Mum. Snacks.
It's so important.
Come on.
So yeah, that's been what was it? Was that 3-1 to SoA for Salty?
Now while you're going to base. No.
I am genuinely dumbfounded after hearing that CRD have been knocked out as well. To unfortunately not only see the demise of Salty, but our fellow teammates as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's,
Unfortunate.
And with the CRD against UFO, that's not to take anything away from UFO. UFO have always been very good. But like, if you were going to bet money, you would have put the money on CRD to take that win. And it is just Chris left now.
Well, if I'm giving a personal opinion here, while this match is just concluding here, I think it'd be very nice to see a new clan or new fleet win the cup. So yeah, we've got all the old favourites: Salty, CRD,
Pain.
You know, even UFO.
So Wasser are still there. Wasser are still there.
So yeah, I kind of want to see. I want to see a new one. I want to see SoA win it, just for the sake of that they did really well this game. I would love to see SoA try it. Pain are out, so I'd like to see other options. There's still many fleets. There's still many opportunities. I'd love to see who rises from the ashes.
I think Painkillers are still technically in. I think
one of the Pains is gone. It's very. There's a lot of fleets, you know.
So, but Pain's first fleet, the main fleet, that they are the ones that have been knocked out so far. So let's have a quick look. So official results are in. Yeah, it's CRD UFO 0-3 2 UFO.
Oh.
And Chris not going down without a fight. But
I gotta say one thing. This match, you can say what you want about the rest of the Salty in terms of how the game. That particular game.
I accidentally ended it, but
no, I think that shows you, but very well done. Very well played by Chris. I think very well played by the second match. The Minnesota did really good work in the second match. Hold on a second. Okay.
There you go. I'd have made full. I like this soundboard thing. I need to expand my,
Oh, please,
my
God, no.
available.
Oh,
So that
Oh.
is Salty, unfortunately knocked out of the competition, and going forward into the semi-finals is Sons of Adel Walsh. Massive cheer to those guys. They genuinely played really well. Like I said,
yeah, no, they did it really well.
those matches were so close. Like seeing the way.
They did it well. I like
Seeing
how
the
they
way
played it well.
Mark died in the Petropavlos just after that massive one-up from from the
The repub and the
Rubček
yeah.
being knocked out was it was a tough
That was really
tough
sloppy. Not
pill
gonna
to
lie.
swallow.
I mean, we can argue that, yeah. SNA. I mean, they won the game. The Ruprecht play was sloppy. If I'm going to be honest, you know, we're not really one. Well, we are. We're commentators. We are ones to talk. you
Yes, we are.
know? So the SOA play was sloppy, losing the Ruprecht. But I think the Petropavlos loss was bigger. And as I said to you, like I know the points differences, but losing a radar cruiser is drastic. You know, not as bad as losing a DD, but it's up there. You know.
Like I'll be honest with you, it's really not what I was hoping to see today, but.
No, of course. Of course.
But SOA, they deserved it. They played better. They kind of messed up the first match, but they sort of collected it.
I
They
think they're
kept
more
their
getting
cool.
the thing. Yeah, they kept their cool. They recovered. They learned, and they adapted. I'm really impressed by SOA. They played really well. And I gotta say, as I said before, I notice this all the time, but the Salty fleet as well, they played that really well. I'm not just saying that because we could see that actively they put the effort in. You saw Chris especially. I know it's a viewpoint, but you saw what he did to that Ruprecht. You know, he did some good plays. You saw him push at the right time when they were down. He pushed. He tried to recover. I gotta say, really well played. Really well played by everybody. It's a shame because obviously myself and Hyde are working with the Salty, so we're with the Salty, so it's hard to see. It's hard to see our fleet, our team go. But hey, it's what happens, you know. And really well played to SNA.
To be honest with you, because of the formula, the way the Fleet Network have changed things, I don't know how we're going to be able to do the post-match chats. So I've just sent a message to Kaiser, and I'm going to see if Jedi is available from Salty. So hopefully he'll come in. But we might have to switch chat channels to do this.
I'm sure that's fine. I'm not sure. I don't think it matters at that point. But yeah, I think it's very good.
So we'll see. We'll give them a minute. Hopefully we'll get a representative in for each team to talk about what's going on.
Yeah, no, definitely. I definitely want to ask, in their opinion, who's man of the match for their team. I want to know. Curious now. Also, likes to sow a wee bit of Discord, you know. It's always good to sow a little bit of Discord in the teams. You know, just a wee bit of spice.
I know it's going to be very salty in the salty Discord later. but GG's like.
Yeah, they fought really well. Both teams, man. I'm not disappointed.
SOA genuinely played so well.
Mm-hmm.
Right, okay. No, we can't invite people into here. Right, bear with us, folks. What I'm going to have to do is Jedi. Yeah, right. We're gonna Monk go to
Yep.
our Too Salty command center. We'll chat in
Aye,
there.
aye,
Apologies for the dial tone, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. There is hopefully Mr. Monk will. There's Mr. Monk, and we are joined by none other than Mr.
Good calling,
Mr.
Brad, by the way.
Jedi Bliss. How are you doing?
Shocked. Disappointed. That's how I'm doing.
I I think that's a fair assessment. So obviously we were watching the games. The first game was all salty, like 100% salty. The second game definitely SoA pulled it out. The third match, that was so damn close, and then the fourth battle. We won't talk about the fourth battle. We'll pretend that didn't happen for you. Okay, but what went wrong from Salty's perspective? Do you think?
I mean, first of all, credit to SoA. They outplayed us. They played great. They didn't make many mistakes, and we made a couple mistakes. And the mistakes that we made, they capitalized on. There was one pretty kind of odd strategic move that really paid off for them, I think in the third game, where their Lucian player did not play with Twist and Track. You guys hear that dog in the background?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's not too big a deal. We
It's,
hear hives.
it's all right. We all like dogs here.
I don't. I'm gonna murder it. So, oh my God, sorry about that. So so basically, what happened is the Lucian didn't play with Twist and Track, and because of that, he caught Demo by surprise. And Demo was in a kind of a vulnerable spot between caps, and Demo was feeling comfortable. You know, like he had position, he had good spotting, he had his Twist and Track up and everything, and then all of a sudden he was spotted, and it was like an oh crap moment for him, and he wasn't able to survive that. That was a big play for them. That was the third game, I believe, right?
That was the game Crashed one, I believe, where
Yeah.
we thought we went to demo and he thought he was going to do the YOLO in St. Louis, and we were like, this is not a good idea.
Yeah, so I mean, it's kind of it was very, I don't know, strategic move. I mean, it's very risky to play without Twist, especially for a Lucian. It's so slow, has terrible escapability, but it paid off in this instance. So credit to him that swung the game right there. That was one. The second game second game was the close one, right?
No, the third.
All of them were close, to be
All
fair.
of them were
Most
close,
the
but the third one was where the Delaware pushed his nose in to be right at the end and literally just stopped that cap point ticking over, which would have won Salty the match.
Yeah, that was a good play. That was a good play.
yeah, we're in the same match.
It's such a high level. It's great to see SoA, DF, some other fresh blood in the community playing well and at a high level, and so it makes it. I mean, I don't know. Just gotta call it like it is. Everybody needs to be practicing, learning, not only just like. A lot of guys approach practice and scrims, training, practice, whatever you want to call it. They just practice. They assume that you're just looking for crossfires and things, but really, it's to learn the things that other teams are doing. I remember earlier this season on Hot Zone, was it Hotspot?
Hotspot,
Yeah, on Hotspot, where one of our teams had faced a team. So you have the two caps, and then of course you have the two flanks, and they had run 3 destroyers, and they ran a destroyer straight up the middle, which I've not seen since or before or ever. Nobody has ever run one of their DVs straight up the middle. But it caught our Lepanto, and he even smoked up. He was taking small arms, HE fire, smokes up, takes a shot, and he's still spotted because the DD is that close, and he got knocked out of the game. And those are the type of things that you practice for.
I forget
you
who
learn.
it is. You might remember, but there was a team that run. I can't remember. It was one of the French DDs, and they pushed that DD like right wide, right round the back, and they would just spot the entire enemy team for them, and that was something I've not seen anyone else do, but they were really effective because it
was
just
actually
caught everyone by
converting as well.
surprise.
Yeah.
Converti, that's the one. You are right, Mr. Monk.
Yeah.
Well remember.
It was a Converti and Two Brothers map, but yeah. No,
Yeah, well, that's the thing. So you flesh out the different possibilities, even though it's not something like that. Running a DD out wide on Two Brothers is kind of it's definitely not a standard play or practice, and you probably are not going to see that. You play 10 games, you might see it maybe twice, if that. But it's kind of like once you've seen it, then okay, you know how to handle it as a team, not just as one person. You know how to handle it as a team, and you know how to make adjustments. But in the moment, it's too late. It's too late to make adjustments because that DD has already got you spotted. You haven't practiced or seen that scenario, and it's like the cruisers all become vulnerable on half the map. I mean, on Two Brothers, that's a terrible situation.
I think what you're trying to say, Mr. Jedi, is that the team should always be prepared for unexpected situations and be prepared for even regular situations. How do you deal with if the battleship is on B and it's aggressing your cruiser? What do you do? What do you deal with that? This should be done before the match, not as the match is progressing, because at that point it's too late.
Yeah, exactly. And but they played really good. SoA played great. They played great last week. I mean, through the whole tournament. I mean, I don't know. Maybe we should be lucky we hung one game on them. It's the first loss they've taken in the tournament. So, I want to hang my hat on that. But they're everybody at this level is good. So, I mean, we saw DF took Payne out yesterday, and so
UFO took out Crimson Dragons just now.
Oh, they did. Okay, so yeah, so I mean, not that's a pretty even matchup, I would say. But congrats to UFO and condolences to Catan. But that's that just goes to show you everybody here at this level. I mean, it's every game's 50-50. I don't care if you're Salty, Wassa. It doesn't matter who you are. Every game is 50-50. So. We knew that. We didn't take SoA for granted or push forward or look forward to future matchups, whatever. But today they just played us. They played better. That's all. They're very passive, very conservative. I mean, I'm not trying to knock their game. I'm just saying that it made it more difficult as when they had point leads, it made it more difficult. So if you can play passive or defensively and get the point leads, I mean, come on, that's the best of both worlds. But that's pretty rare.
Yeah. Once you get that point lead, you play defensively and you can defend. That's all you need to do because it's so much easier to defend than it is to attack.
Yeah,
it's just simple tactics.
Forces errors, then as opposed to like. Obviously, we're watching like Salty. I don't think done anything specifically wrong in any match, but it would just get to that point where you were just forced to do something rather than.
I mean, I was kind of stuck watching Chris's stream just like everybody else was, but you saw. I mean, a couple things about that last game. You saw Chris basically assess like they've been pretty passive, so. He's in the Repub, and he spawned in B. He went over to C, and then he went up the channel back to B, and he was being aggressive, pushing spots, drawing fires, staying alive. Chris played really, really well all the games, but you saw that like he was like, okay, we need to make an impact. Yeah. Unfortunately, Mark took a dev struck early in that last game, and that really hurt. And then the second kind of mistake that we made there was, I mean, it wasn't really a mistake. They just got lucky with RNG. Was that St. Louis and B? just would not die. Like he was on 5,000
Yeah.
health in a paper ship stuck in the middle. And then
You
all
know,
of our guys were
yeah.
trying, because Mark had taken that big hit early, our guys were kind of pressing to get the St. Louis off the board. And when they did that, the other teams capitalized on, revealed positions and whatnot. And so, I mean, it's credit to, I think that's leader, I think, playing the St. Louis. I know he played it earlier.
Yeah,
I don't know
was
if
You know,
Train
would have
Leader.
been winning as well if Chris ran the RGA mod. He would have spotted the St. Louis, and you probably would have got the kill on him. That's the funny thing, just like
Yeah.
small stuff like that. If he was running the RGA mod, which you'd never run, just bear in mind that it's not worth it. You get better dispersion camouflage with the concealment mod, but if you run RGA, small stuff like that, that could have maybe even killed the St. Louis. I'm not sure if that would have killed the game, but it might have. Small things like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a good team.
That's the thing. At this level, there's like a pretty straightforward meta on the ships and commanders and things. But that's the thing that kind of wins games, to be honest, is when someone does something a little different. Now, I'm not talking about like taking, I don't know, I can't see like a Yugamo. I can't see a Yugamo pick like something so crazy that you're taking a really non-meta ship out. But it's like when you select commander perks or bow perks that are a little different, that can make a difference, and it's shocking. I mean, just like that whole thing with demo, with you have a DD killer in Lushan not taking twist and track. Like, what is going on?
I mean, yeah. It just goes to show you that like no team's invincible. You got to put the practice in. You got to put the training in. If you can, you got to do the repetition, and you never know. Once you get that done, you never know what happened. It's hard to see. It's hard to. We're judging from outside perspective. We've got one perspective right now, so it's hard to say. But I think you guys fought and played really well. Regardless, the first match was a pretty convincing win for you guys, and even all the
SoA,
matches. Maybe
Uh,
the last one's a bit harder for you, to be fair. But I think the last match, all the matches were hard fought. You definitely fought to recover them. It wasn't an easy match for SoA. I can assure you for that. Definitely from our perspective, we find that.
Yeah, no, it was good. I know it was a fun match. I hate being on this side of it, but it was tight. I don't think that. I don't feel like Salty lied down. I don't feel like they destroyed us. I don't feel all the games were close.
Well, you fought what you could.
So it was good. I mean, that's the whole point. That's what you want coming down the stretch, and it's nice. It's also nice that you have teams like SoA and DF kind of rise up. So it's great. Especially SoA, considering that this is their first Fleet Network tournament. So good for them.
The Ocean Cup, it was Hull Crushers that came out of nowhere. Like nobody sort of envisioned them getting as far.
Well, they weren't.
as they did.
They were eliminated early.
And then
So,
we've got sort of UFO making waves, DF.
It's nice to see teams
Really
changing
putting
things
up an impressive battle. So I don't. So in all
I mean,
fairness,
honestly, I've heard that UFO has been practicing a lot, like a lot. So, I mean, that's credit to them. They've been, I think that they've learned the hard way. I mean, I don't think it's a secret. It's kind of at one time it was like, we're here, we're gonna put our win rates on the table, come beat us, and then everyone kind of jumped on them because they weren't practicing. Well, I think they've learned. The addition of the Wolfpack guys and them have a great, it's been working really good for them, and that's great. I mean, we want to see all the teams be competitive, and when a team like UFO goes down, it's like the whole community suffers. So it's great. Cheers to Ribs and Rowan, for rebuilding, and we have Salty's got a little bit of looking in the mirror ourselves right now.
Yeah, no, it's good to see other fleets rise up, and it's not the best to see staleness in the same lineup with the same people every time. So it's nice to see things mix up. Maybe we get a different winner. We get someone who's never won before.
I'm genuinely, obviously, I'm slightly gutted that Salty are no longer in the Ocean Cup. But on the other hand, it's like I'm really excited to see what's happening next, because there was definitely like before today, like I thought Payne getting knocked out, that felt like a massive upset. But then seeing, like I said, seeing CRD go, and now seeing Salty go, that's 3 out of the top 4 teams knocked out, which just goes to show
That's
how
yeah.
bloody competitive this tournament, these tournaments are getting, and just how much effort and everyone's putting in, and it's kind of bittersweet, if you know what I mean. It's sad to see some of my favourite teams go, but it's also really nice to see that there's not this sheen of invincibility amongst these best teams. It's not the 4 or 5 best teams. Anyone in the top 16 could win, and
Maybe even
that I
below the
think
top.
is really nice to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice to see that.
It's very, that's true, and it's very challenging to get 8 guys to a game, yet get 8 guys to practice. So, I've heard that WOWSL has been practicing quite a bit, and that UFO, like I had mentioned, been practicing quite a bit. And I do know for sure a lot of other teams, like SNA, and I know DF, because we've been scrimmaging DF. I mean, I know these guys are working it hard, taking it seriously.
Work it, girl.
So for any of the fleets that are out of the top 16, I would say I would try and get some more guys on the fleet, add some depth to your rosters, and because even though if you might have like 3 really good DD players, but if they're all the same type of player, you don't really have all the tools you need at your disposal. You need kind of different types of players for different types of positions.
Yeah, if they're all fighting over who's going to play the Lucian, it's a bit of a detriment then.
It becomes a rough one. Yeah.
Well, funny that you use Lucian as an example. We have the opposite. We have the people fighting over who's not gonna, or who nobody wants to play Lucian because it's so slow. but yeah,
All sorts of variations.
Yeah. Just want to encourage the fleets, all the fleets. Like this is the practice makes a difference, and it makes things interesting, and it's great for the new blood, great for the fleet network, and good for wargaming. So ultimately. Let's just keep pushing, and hopefully we can come back stronger for Winter Cup. We've been loosely strategizing for it. It's been on our radar for a long time, and now we have the Rookie Cup that's been introduced. So hopefully maybe we'll have our second team in there, but in general hopefully we have good participation and new fleets join in on the Rookie Cup. And see what they got. So
yeah, we were talking about the Rookie Cup earlier. I think that's something the Fleet Network really needed to do, because there needs to be an arena where these new and up and coming teams can kind of shine, because like you said, the Ocean Cup itself is so goddamn competitive that we don't really get a chance to see a lot of the teams play. But I think the Rookie Cup will be a nice place to see where everyone else is at, and it'll also give them a chance to showcase their skills, because the skill difference is probably not all that big between the top 40 fleets currently in the Fleet Network. But those bottom 20, you're never going to get to see them play, and I think something like the Rookie Cup is really gonna give them a step into the limelight as well, so to speak.
Be new teams, new people, new faces. Always fun to see. But yeah.
Well, the one I wish that when I was part of the team that was kind of discussing how to bring in more fleets into the Fleet Network, more people and whatnot. And one of the things that we had talked about originally was that this was going to be a 5-on-5, and then somehow it jumped from 5 to 5 on 7v7. And that's like a big jump. Like, I don't know. Like most, like I think players, not maybe. I know all the leaders know, but the players like the player base in general, Like, you have no idea how difficult adding one person to a starting roster is. Like, it's really hard and difficult to have somebody who's there every week, every practice. You know, and if that person misses, to have a backup person that's faithful. So to me, it would have been better off if we had just a 5-on-5, but that way we could have brought more casual fleets in, and that's really what the whole point of it is to bring more casual fleets in. But maybe this will still work. Hopefully, we'll see.
I did think 5v5 would have been better, but hey, the more numbers is better entertainment values too. So there's each their own. There's pros and cons to both of these. But yeah. Anyway, Hive. Is that are we speaking to the SNA?
I think we are, but we need to swap back to the other room because I've now figured out how to invite people in.
You figured out to do that. Oh, well, okay.
Okay, so I can drop out?
You can.
Well, I want to say thank you very much, Jedi, for joining us. You know,
all right, guys.
Amazing.
Thanks for the coverage. Thank you. Appreciate it.
See you later. Bye bye.
Later.
Right, back to casting room 2. And is that Mr. Monk back?
Yeah, that's
It is. Right, I've just messaged Kaiser to see if he's going to jump in and have a chat with us as well. Hopefully he does.
But yeah, no, SNA did really, really well. Very impressed with them. They really fought very hard. So I did want to ask. I think the decision was made that Chris was the Salty's man of the match there. I think they played that. I think Chris played that really, really well. There we go. It's Mr. Firefox himself.
Hello, gentlemen.
Mr. Hive? Hello?
Mr. Kaiser. Well freaking played. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to come out to it. I was rooting for Salty for obvious reasons, but
yeah,
my God, you guys, you didn't seem to put a single foot wrong, apart from maybe the first match.
The first game you were getting used to.
Yeah, first game was rough, but after that we managed to pick ourselves out of our difficult situation and left the heads up high and give it our best. And in the end, we were fortunate that it went our way.
Yeah, no, you
Hello.
guys
Good evening, guys, by the way. And yeah, especially the first match was a big problem. On the other hand, we keep calm, talked and spoke about strategies for the next match, and was on full focus for Land of Fire, and that it worked so good. I was really surprised and happy about that.
Yeah.
So this just for the people in the stream. This is Bartok as well.
Your
Kaiser
Lucian not running twist and track really caught Salty out. That was a bit of a surprising play.
The use of twist and track, you mean?
Yeah, your Lucian wasn't using twist and track, which kind of caught them off guard a little bit.
Yeah, I think I using twist and track and giving commands to my teammates nearly the whole game, so they need exactly when I need support and when they have to shoot. In my opinion, that's very important that the DD is speaking to his support cruisers and main battleships, so they are ready.
Yeah. So just for curiosity, I just want to ask this question before we get some more. Who do you think your man of the match was for these matches? Who would you say was your did their best in your team?
Jeez, I never thought about it.
See, this is the tough question.
because
it was a great team effort all around. Everybody pulled their weight, and it was great positioning from everyone. Great maneuvers.
Yeah, I feel like that was a bit of a nasty call from Monk there, because I'd be tempted to see, just because we only obviously had the one perspective, but I've seen train leader always seem to have his nose in everyone's business all the time.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like he played that really well, but you have to forgive me because obviously from the other perspective we didn't really get to see everyone's names and stuff.
Yeah, of course.
Whoever was in your Minnesota,
Minnesota played really well, I must say.
like,
I'll give him credit.
very good.
he was always like very cautious with his hit points, but he always seemed to appear like at the right times, and you could see Salty being a bit hesitant because you didn't know when he was going to pop out next. And
And these guns are massive.
you don't want to be on the receiving end of a Minnesota salvo.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I
I
can
did
testify
apologize,
to
but,
that. The playing a lot of cruiser in training and competitive matches. Minnesota's salvo coming through the air is one of your worst fears.
100%. Yeah.
We were testing a lot, and at the beginning I was not absolutely confident about the Minnesota because he's so slow and can be farmed by HE cruiser spammers. But if you play correctly and you have the correct tactic to use this ship, it's a nightmare for every cruiser that is being spotted, right? So in the end, I decided to use the Minnesota as well, and it turned out very good, except for the third match. For the third match we used the Temeraire because it was spawned perfectly for the A side, for the A cap, and Temeraire is tanking so much damage. He's just a rock
Yeah,
there,
that
and we
did
need a
really
rock
well.
on this position.
It's basically like having an island on your team, having a Temeraire.
Correct.
Floating platform. Yeah.
Yeah, that Conqueror hull is Conqueror, mini Conqueror is really great. Period. That's some really good value, and that really, you guys, the Delaware in going into B was that winning play to top it all off to get a guaranteed win. That was really well done by your Delaware as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was the Delaware that took Mark out in the last match.
It was our player and was very happy about this shot because it was absolutely needed at the time.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
your
like,
route
that
check,
was
the route
That was
check
very-
went down
we-
quite quick.
Yeah.
And then from our perspective, we were like, all right, well, like that's a huge advantage for Salty. And then within a minute, there was a radar cruiser gone. And it was just like, oh crap! Well, now we've got a game.
But in my opinion, when I watched the mini map, but that's only my opinion. After the Ruflek died, looked that they were exposed a little bit too much in the positionings. So we had the advantage after this move, and especially after the kill shot against Pedro. We turned the tide just.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah,
it
you
was a
turned the
huge game.
tides. Look at you. This is a turn the tide, 100%. See. There we go.
I'll make sure Prince Blip sends you a ship for that shout out.
Oh, it would be cool.
Hey, Word of Worship Legends.
Yeah.
But yeah, well played, you guys. You did really well. So I honestly, your Minnesota played really well. Really happy with the Delaware pushing into B for the third match in Crash Zone.
Yeah, that was big because
I won the game.
we were
That's-
like, oh, this is. We were like, think SoA have got this, and then it was like, oh, hang on, points is going to be really close. I think there's just enough, and then the Delaware just poked his nose in with a couple of seconds to spare, and that was a brilliant move, and there just wasn't anyone to counter.
We knew it was absolutely needed at this point because I was sitting close to Delaware in my Lycian. We killed a little bit earlier, we killed a little bit earlier the enemy Lycian, and I was alone on the side, so I was able at this point to cap C, but I didn't because Donskoy was in radar ready. Petro probably had no radar ready, but Donskoy, I guess. So, and I was nearly one shot, so I was not able to cap C. So we talked about the situation and told, okay, Delaware, please go to B. You have to block it for a few seconds that we get the points here. block the points and get the win. And it's and he got a few torps of Smolan, but luckily it was
No, it
only
was-
there were only Smolan torps, and he survived the
Yeah, the deliverer was healthy enough to survive the
Yeah.
encounter, and poor Chris on the salty side had nothing to shoot at but a temporary, which he wasn't going to kill in a minute, and so because the whole thing is just
Yeah.
it was hanky.
So I'm going to ask the big question,
Oh,
because
okay.
I believe this is your first Ocean Cup. Is it as a team?
Yes.
Yeah,
first
it
Ocean Cup.
is. So, what's your
You guys
secret
are
sauce? What are you serving up in
It's
SoA
rebellion.
that you
rebellion.
come out of nowhere, beat everyone on your path up, and then take out one of the best fleets in rather spectacular fashion? So, what is your secret? What makes your team so goddamn effective?
we had a few for us because we played already the German Adler League, and in this league there were CRD, Dicke Fische, Black Fleet, and a few other good fleets. So we were not without tournament at this point. So we was already in tournament, but obviously not without Ocean Cup rules.
Yeah.
So when we entered Cup, we had to learn the tactics, and especially the many raiders they were used here. And at the point, much training. We're training a lot, speaking a lot, making about tactics. I think we have good tactics here for Ocean Cup.
So how
Um,
often would you say you're training as a fleet a week?
This week 4 or 5 times.
Jesus Christ.
But only
Yeah,
this
we
week.
put in a lot of work.
Not every week.
Lot of
Not
work.
every week.
That is some serious dedication,
But that's the commitment.
And it-
That's the commitment. Sometimes these
and-
high level teams need to do.
and it's 100% paid off for you guys as well. Like it's
But yeah.
and so next up, you're going to be up against Dickie Fisher. So what are your thoughts going into that battle? Because I'm assuming you've played against them in the German leagues.
Yeah.
So
You wonder, well, yeah, I already played a lot against Dicke Fischer, and the last weeks, Kaiser too, we have a lot of experience with Dicke Fischer.
Yeah, we train
Um,
against them quite often.
yeah.
Oh, so this is going to be a pretty intense fight then, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
of course.
we like fighting against them and training against them, so it's going to be a wonderful next match for both teams, hopefully.
Yeah, because both of you
And
know
will
similar
you,
your
will you
tactics.
let me have your perspective this time? I understand completely why you didn't this time, but I'm really hoping to cover that one. I think that's going to be a really good battle because both of your teams kind of came in as kind of underdogs. It's what you'd expect when you're in the sort of the final 16 playoffs, but both of you took out 2 of the top teams. So, like, and it's a bit of a German showdown then as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
CRD are gone, so it's you guys.
Yeah,
It's you and Dickie Fisher
unfortunately.
left representing. So I'm really looking forward to your next battle. It should be it's going to be one nobody wants to miss out on. I don't think.
And
Yeah.
we as a fleet, we're very excited for next weekend already, and we will start training already Monday, tomorrow. So yeah, we are very excited. We just need to celebrate this victory we had today, and then just focus again, and then get the work done and prepare as best as we can.
I'm surprised you're both not already half caked in schnapps from a victory. I would have been.
No, not yet. Maybe later, but yeah, we were already minutes of the last match. We were already a little bit celebrating and just saying, play safe, no mistakes there. Even it was absolutely clear we win this match, but we wanted to get the Republic too.
No, just kill it.
Yeah. But yeah, we definitely have to
yeah.
give a GG and well played to Salty. All of the players that played all of the games. They really gave us difficult matches, especially after the first one, where they came out swinging in that first match. So yeah, it was a well played to all of the Salty players,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
thank you for their matches today.
I will pass that on.
I mean, one sentence to this Ocean Cup and all. In my opinion, the best thing in World of Warships Legends is to play with a strong team against another strong team. I mean, that's the peak of this game here, and so I'm so excited about that and want to do it every time, more and more, again and again. So I hope the Ocean Cup is keep going even for the future, and we'll see a lot of strong battles with strong fleets.
So basically what he's trying to tell us here is Wargaming, give us spectator mode, hurry up.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Just ping final boss, for example.
There we go.
Yeah, everyone, you heard it there. Everyone, ping final boss.
But yeah, thank you very
Tell
much,
him,
guys.
tell him
Honestly,
if he doesn't give us a spectator mode, then SoA are going to come after him every time he streams, and it's going to be miserable because he's going to die constantly.
Yeah, and no one will ever play the Carno. That's his favorite role. Like, he loves that. So there's no. There's no to that.
Oh, but thank you very much for joining us. Massive GGs. We're looking forward to seeing you. Like, you have to win now for us. You know that, right?
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, we're gonna give it a best.
Yeah. If you don't, we'll be having words. So, but no,
you did well. Do what you can.
excellent play, and obviously the amount of effort you guys have put in has definitely shown through, and we wish you all the best going forward.
And thank you for broadcasting, for your time to do it, to show it all to the people. Yeah.
Yeah, honestly,
Get,
it's our pleasure every time. And thank you for coming in and chatting with us as well. Like, it's really nice that that sort of, particularly sort of win or lose, that everyone sort of wants to come in, have the chat, and everyone's sort of really respectful to the other fleets and stuff, and it's really nice to see. So thank you very much for an awesome show. And next time we want your perspective, so we can see all that training from your side as well, not just from ours.
Yeah, perfectly.
yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Brilliant. Alright, folks, I think that's all. I believe 5.
I was going to jump in. We were going to have a quick chat with Isaac and Made in Doge as well, who were also streaming the match.
Okay.
So we're gonna cross the streams in.
Oh my God! The Ghostbusters tells us not to do that. What are you doing?
Right, gentlemen, have a good one.
Yeah,
Alright,
it was
see
an
you later,
absolute
Mr.
pleasure.
Commentator.
Good night, guys. See you.
Night, bye.
Thank you all very much.
Ciao, ciao.
Take care. Right, let's jump into casting room 1. They're still sitting there waiting for us. So, well, hello there. Are you gents still here? Or have...
Yeah. Hello there.
Mr.
Oh,
Isaac, Made in Dodge.
Well, that was both epic and upsetting all at the same time. How did you guys feel about the game?
Man, I was at the edge of my seat the entire time.
Yeah, it was surprising. It was very exciting as well to see just how it played out.
Yeah, 100%. Like, especially that last game, I thought Salty was probably gonna win that because of how SoA lost their rubric so quickly.
Just immediately after, though. Immediately after.
Yeah, almost immediately after. Mark, aka White, gets dev struck by the Delaware, and it was like, oh shit, because we were like, obviously, but we were behind Salty, both of us being in Salty. And it was like, oh, well, great. That route check going down, that's huge. Come on, Salty. And then it's like, boom.
They needed it.
And it's like, oh no. Oh no.
Yeah.
Why did you do
That death strike on the Fetch. Oh my.
That was huge.
Celebrations were certainly cut short, But, oh man.
Oh, sorry, as well. Before I've kind of got carried away. So for everyone who's still here left in my chat, this is Isaac, Impact, and Meet with Doge, they also do a lot of streaming together, covering a lot of Ocean Cup stuff. So you guys definitely want to go and give them a well-deserved follow. They've been
100%.
putting in the work, and the more coverage we get, the better. Because I can't cover them all the time.
I know, like me and Ivar know the best casters here, but you know, you can always guess it.
A little competition isn't bad.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, but these guys are good streamers, so you should check them out as well. Give them a wee subscribe. Maybe like the stream, maybe not. You know, depending on how much toll they show. Is it high? This only fan thing you're talking about again?
Yeah.
Only fan thing again? You're saying
that reminds me. I've forgotten. I need to do that. I haven't sent one for a while. Every now and again, right? I will send Angel Rambo a picture of a ship's deck, and it'll be completely random, and it's just a random deck pick.
I'm not even gonna question why you do it.
don't even question. Like, yeah, I've worked with time long enough. You just don't question them. Don't bother.
You can question it all you want. I don't even know how it got started. It's just something that happened one day.
Anyway, on the topic here. How did you find your perspective? What was going on over there on your side of the pond, shall I say?
Wow, it was honestly, wow, it was amazing. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was excited after the first match. Because my original idea, because it's been a while since I've been playing World of Warships and just been checking out this stuff, so I have to get back into it. So going into this, I thought, okay, I know SoA, like when we fought them, they were kind of our level, so I'm guessing Salty is gonna win. But SoA is gonna give them like a bit of trouble.
Mm-hmm.
But I did not expect how the rest of the game went. Like the first game was kind of confirming what I thought, but then the second game and third game and then fourth game just blew me away.
Yeah, it was very well played by SoA. They didn't really make any mistakes, bar the Ruprecht. Even then, and as much as I want to say otherwise, the Salty players losing their radar cruiser was a little bit more of a mistake than the Ruprecht.
And Kaiser was telling us five matches they played this last week, just in preparation to so those guys have put in so much effort, and
that's a lot of time.
And it's paid off. It's paid off for them.
100%.
I'm looking forward to the showdown of the two last remaining German fleets next. I'm assuming it's going to be next week. So we're going to have SoA versus Big Fish. I feels weird calling them Dickie Fisher.
It just doesn't really translate well.
UFO versus WOWSL, and then I don't know. We got Hulk are going to be playing off against the winners between OPO and SNA, and then we've got WAS and Painkillers, the winner of those who taking on Task Force Kraken, who they're another team that's got sort of surprised everyone, because they've always been like a good team, but like they've played really well this tournament. Like,
yeah, they've definitely improved quite a bit. That's definitely true.
I'm like, oh, go on. Sorry.
I was gonna say that I'm guessing it's like what I Too Good for You all said, that the underdogs are rising up, you know, so they're showing off what they're made of and what they've been training for so long, and they're giving the top dogs a run for their money, which is nice to see.
Yeah, I think a lot of the big fleets have kind of resting on their laurels a bit, because like they've been the top fleets for a while now, and then all of a sudden there's all these sort of you can't call them underdogs anymore, not with their performance over this cup.
Exactly.
But like all these other fleets are all of a sudden they've like pulled themselves up by their bootstraps, put in a bunch of effort, and then all of a sudden they're caning everyone.
Yeah, I'd love to see a new person win the cup. Like, I don't want to see, as much as, no offense to the players that won before, but I want to see a new winner. You know, I want to see like SOA win or like
Yeah.
Casper Kraken or even a completely new face. I'd like to see that.
Yeah,
Mr.
well,
Dodge, you've been quiet. What you been up to? Mr. Dodge?
ignoring you,
No,
Monk.
for me, it's,
That's what he's been
yeah,
doing.
Yeah, I haven't really been in the comp scene in a while either. And it's just really, really fun to see just how everything's changed. And it's like seeing SOA win this was really, really exciting. It's just like, oh wow, it's Salty did it just like win this because like Salty's a big fleet and everything. It's like wow, that's amazing to see, and it's just good. I can't wait to see more of this moving forward.
And I think it's going to be good, especially for the build up to like the Winter Cup, because like you're going to get these big fleets. You can have Pain, CRD, Stahl, Salty, like they're going to start putting in some bloody work as well. So like Winter Cup is going to be really exciting. I think not to diminish what's left of Ocean Cup 4, but like Winter Cup is going to be real exciting because you've got all these new fleets that have all of a sudden put their stamp on things and mix things up, and then all the sort of established fleets, well, they're going to be looking at getting their acts together, putting in more training, and it's just going to be even more competitive going forward, which is freaking awesome for us lot who's watching.
Yeah, definitely.
What do you guys think? What do you guys think of the man of the match for each respective fleet? What do you think? Who do you think played the best?
That is personally, I was kind of I will agree with I2Go for y'all as well. Like I was not focused on one person. I was just focused on how the entire team was playing, and I don't know, with how SOA and Salty were playing, it was hard to really single out a single person because maybe match one, let's say it was Demo that did something amazing, and then the second match there was someone on SOA that did a really nice play, so I couldn't really keep up with who was doing what. So I personally I can't really call an MVP. Yeah.
It was a lot of a team effort this match.
I'm with Isaac on this one because like there was no one individual standout player on each team. Both teams played really freaking well. So it's like, you could go, oh well, you might be able to point out one or two big mistakes that happened, but other than that, it's like it was really tight.
Yeah, I want to highlight. I still think that Minnesota play was really well done. Like I think it was the second game. The Minnesota, basically, his presence did so much value for the second game. I think he did a lot of value. I think I'd say like one of the biggest contributing factors for the second game was Minnesota. Like it's hard to see from one perspective, but I think that was. If I had to really pick like a gun to the head, I was thinking that. But I do agree that it was a very, very team-focused match, and a lot of players played very well. And it's hard to really do the MVP. But it's a hard question. Why not ask hard questions?
True.
No, definitely.
Oh man, so all right, okay. Are we gonna? I'm gonna ask because I can't just leave Monk ask all the awkward questions, can I? Who do you think is gonna win now after seeing what you've seen?
Oh, shit.
I put you on the spot. Yeah. You think Monk's a dick?
That's definitely a hard one to answer, honestly.
So we've got Wassa, UFO, SOA, Dickie Fisher, Task Force Kraken, Hulk, potentially Pain or another Wassa team, or SNA and OPO. So there's still quite a few left, but like we'll just go for next rounds for we know UFO versus Wassa. Who's going to take it?
Come on.
Honestly, personally, I haven't seen the match of UFO versus CRD, so I can't really say how UFO's level is at the moment.
Well, it was 3-0 against CRD.
Clean beat.
Okay, wow, okay. Wow, okay. I don't know.
Well, we
I
don't know. The games could
still.
have been close. You know that the games could have been close. The scorecard says 3-0, but the games could have been all close games. You know, we don't know. Like,
Yeah,
it's hard
yeah,
to
yeah,
predict.
for sure, for sure. I
Yeah.
I think Waza would still, not destroy UFO, but like I'd still they'd be on top. But I hope that there's gonna be like a lot of close games, like today, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Mr.
Oh, yeah,
Politician,
definitely.
Isaac.
That's what I'm thinking too.
And then, so SOA versus DF, the clash of the Germans.
Who's gonna get the Frankfurter?
I'll let Doge answer this one.
Honestly, well, I don't know personally. I haven't really been in the comp scene at all, and I haven't really been caught up with the teams, and I'm not really sure on
So
which of these teams would.
So basically,
would
SOA
play.
took out Salty, and DF took out Pain. So like they're two huge teams, like two teams you'd expect to see in the quarterfinal.
And you've seen how SOA play. So do you think they've got a good SOA have got a good chance of winning, or do you think the what's the
I
team again?
don't.
Big fish.
All this diplomacy, man. I
Yeah.
hate it. Come on, pick one. Just pick one.
Definitely SOA, I'd say. I haven't seen the other guys play, but I'd say the SOA definitely has
There
that
we go,
chance
there we
to win it. They've got that. You know, they're training for this. They're definitely got a shot at it. I'd say.
There we go. That's the
Yeah,
answer we're looking
there we
for.
go.
No,
So-
no, the other team will win.
So
and
we're
you-
predicting.
you-
So we're predicting a SOA versus WASA semi-final.
Yeah, honestly, I do
I
think
think that's
that's gonna be happening.
Honestly,
That's what I'm thinking.
if that's what happens, like I can see that being really close because WASA have always been really good, but SOA absolutely shocked me with just how good they are, and they've come from
I think they're going to win.
nowhere in the Fleet Network terms of it. They played in the German leagues, but like they've just come in and they've just busted everyone's heads.
Yeah. I think it's
Yeah,
SOA
definitely.
going to
They are.
So
Yeah,
I'm gonna tentatively call SOA winning their bracket and
Yep.
them being in the final. And
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just gonna say I think it's gonna be Hull Crushers from the other set of playoffs.
Hull Crushers were played so good in the last tournament. I would be hard to say.
Those boys
would be a bit man
work.
to bet against them.
Those boys work really freaking hard. And
Yeah. I'm calling it. They're going to win their bracket as well. I agree with Mr. Hive there.
I mean, honestly, I don't know because I feel like SNA also has a chance to honestly beat Hall Crushers. If they don't beat
Obviously,
OPO,
do have a chance. Yeah.
but I feel like SNA does have a chance to beat Hall Crushers. So if Hall Crushers beat SNA, then I think okay, yeah, they beat their bracket. But if they don't defeat SNA, then I feel like SNA is taking the double on their bracket.
I
there we
think
go.
I think it's going to be Task Force Kraken and Hull Crushers in the other semi-final, and yeah, it's going to be then Hull Crushers SOA final.
Hey, you could be wrong.
Not
I
that
could be
I'm
wrong.
not that I'm going to be upset if I'm wrong, because either way it's going to be really good. I'm just
This is,
I'm actually excited for the next round next weekend.
that's the
Like,
point of
I'm
it.
genuinely excited to watch.
Definitely.
You make these predictions, you never know. Does the chat agree with you? Does the chat disagree with you? It's good to make these calls, you know? Even
Will
if
I
you're
win?
wrong, it's fine.
Will I win money? Will I lose money?
Hey, you're not the one, Ben. Are you? Are you?
Are we throwing some cash
Question
down on
mark?
this?
Question
Is this
mark?
a gentleman's agreement here? What's going on here?
Yeah, there's a betting, eh?
I'll
yeah.
bet you 10 big crates.
Arguing. Let's give us 10 big crates to bet on.
Oh man, imagine.
They can't say they're against gambling, can they? Let's be honest.
Oh, you can't say that, for sure.
Right.
Oh, they got no leg to stand on. Oh my god. Could be so bad. Anyway.
Well, gentlemen, this has been an emotional stream, seeing my team go, but watching SOA rise to the top So I think we're going to call it there. Thank you very much for jumping in and chatting with us. We should do this sort of thing more often. It's nice to talk to the other casters. And
Oh yeah, 100%.
Nice to talk.
Oh yeah, definitely.
and until next weekend.
Until next weekend for sure.
Yeah, until next weekend. Yeah, for sure.
Right. So thank you very much to the two teams that played. That was awesome. Thank you very much to all of the casters that have been doing it, including Isaac and Dozier. Where are you, Aaron? Mr. Jenkonomics as well. Who am I missing? Kaiser, obviously.
Mr. Hive as well. Oh wait, no mind.
Oh,
Forget myself.
yeah, obviously me. You know, yeah.
Yeah. The dog next to you.
A massive thank you for chat and everyone who showed up. And well, until next time, take care.
See you there, guys.
Yeah.
Bye.